Today I'm going to show you how to make cinnamon buns. I feel like Sunday is the perfect day for cinnamon buns. That's why I wanted cinnamon buns. So 1 cup of milk. I'm going to try using evaporated milk for the first time. I'm experimenting to see if it changes the texture of anything. So if it doesn't work, just use regular milk. We're going to heat this up, put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. We want it lukewarm. So once the milk is nice and lukewarm, we're going to add 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast to it. We're going to put it in our mixing bowl. 1/3 cup of granulated sugar. Mix that up. And we're gonna let this sit and rest for about 5 minutes so it's nice and foamy on top. It's nice and foamy at the top. Now we're gonna add 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. And 1/3 cup of melted unsalted butter. All right, so now we're gonna mix it up. I finally got the new KitchenAid. I was in need of a new KitchenAid because my last one was older than me. My parents got it for a wedding gift and it was falling apart. Using a dough hook, I'm gonna mix this up. So I have 4 cups of bread flour and a teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna start with 2 cups of flour and then we're gonna incorporate it as we go. Mix, gonna add some more. You can do this by hand too, it just takes a little bit longer. I've done it by hand, so it does work. So once everything's all incorporated, we're gonna need for at least 5 to 8 more minutes. Okay, dough's all done. So I have a bowl with some oil in it, just some neutral oil. Put the dough in there, smear it around and then flip it. Now cover it with some plastic wrap. So now we're gonna let it sit on our counter, let it proof for about an hour, hour and a half, or until it's double in size. While it's proofing, we're gonna make the filling. 4 tablespoons of softened butter, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, some cinnamon, some vanilla. I don't measure my vanilla or cinnamon. Like 1/8 of a teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. All right, so now we're just gonna mix it up. All right, I'm gonna put this off to the side. Dough's double in size. Put some flour down because we're gonna roll it out. So now we're just gonna roll it out. I make a nice even rectangle. I always fail to. We're gonna do 10 by 14 inches. This is as good as it's gonna get. Put the filling all over and just smear it on. This is very satisfying. After I'm done spreading out, I just like to take a little handful of brown sugar and just put a little bit extra on top. So now we just roll. I try to make it as tight as possible because I like the little swirls. Nice and slow. Oh, it's so satisfying. Oh my gosh, she's perfect. Holy crap. Look at that. So now we're gonna do about 1 inch, 1.25 inch thick pieces. Beautiful. We have a baking dish with some parchment paper, and we're just gonna put them in there. I'm gonna let them proof one more time for about 30 minutes. 30 minutes is done, they fluffed up a little bit more. I'm gonna take some heavy cream, and you're just gonna put a little bit, just a few drizzles on the bottom of the pan. Now they're gonna go in the oven at 375 for about 25 minutes. After the 25 minutes, cut the heat, leave them in the oven for 10 minutes. For cream cheese icing, I just do a block of cream cheese. Make sure it's soft too, but I'm just gonna beat it up. And I just add powdered sugar until I like the sweetness. I don't really measure it. Gonna mix that up. And then some vanilla. And they're done. They're not burnt. It's from all that extra brown sugar I put on top of it because I love sugar. However, I did notice they're not as full when I use whole milk. I did use evaporated milk this time in the dough. I'm definitely gonna stick to whole milk because these are not as fluffy. But I wanted to do some experimenting. If you look at like all the rest of my cinnamon rolls, you'll see how they're nice and fluffy. So now we know we're just gonna stick with whole milk. It's still gonna be good, still gonna be good. Like, I mean, look at that, it's still so good. The texture is still soft though, it's not like really hard, but definitely like not that fluffiness. Still tastes good.